3-1 pitch is fouled away, and Brisky's battle back to fill up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alabama 68-12 all time against Mississippi State, with Alabama winning the last 7 in a row against the Bulldogs. These two teams last met in 2023, with the Tide sweeping the Bulldogs in Starkville. And the payoff pitch. Touch outside for ball 4, and Sierra Sacco draws the leadoff walk.
Third baseman number 10, Barbary.
31st walk of the season issued by Brisky. And the Bulldogs had the leadoff man on. Here at the Rhodes House, Alabama 29-3 all time against Mississippi State. State's lone wins coming in 2003, 2013, and 2019. Now Nadia Barbary steps in. The first pitch to her is low for ball 1. Barbary batting .325, 26 of 80, 20 runs scored with 5 doubles, 6 homers, and 17 runs driven in. .0 is a fly ball that's going to fall for a base hit into right field. Rounding second and heading to third is Sacco, and the Bulldogs have runners on the corners with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Brisky having a little bit of trouble locating the zone, and then got too much white with that one. Barbary is able to take it into right field. Nice day here in Tuscaloosa. It is 80 degrees at first pitch, partly cloudy skies, the wind blowing straight out to right field. Kiera Sales steps in. The first pitch to her is high for ball 1. Of course, we do have the weather coming in for tomorrow, which is why tomorrow's game rescheduled for today. A traditional doubleheader. The 1-0. Line just foul down the first base line. Dukes are not able to come up with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, we're just looking to get that first out here in the first inning. Stay with runners on the corners with nobody out. The 1-1. A little outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. .2-1 is a fly ball, foul ground, right left-hand side, and it'll hit off the clubhouse. 2-2 the count. Walk and a single to put runners on the corners here with nobody out. .2-2. In there for a called strike 3. Sales set down on a drop ball. Got the inside corner at the knees, and there's one gone. So that brings up now the catcher, Jesse Blaine.
Catcher number 22, Jesse Blaine.
First pitch to Blaine is inside for ball 1. Blaine batting .364. 20 of 55, 15 runs scored, 6 doubles, a triple, and 12 RBIs on the season. 1-0. Stays too high, 2 balls, no strikes. And Marley Giles, along with Alabama pitching coach Lance McMahon, is going to come out and have a word with Brisky, who's still trying to decipher the strike zone of home plate umpire Sean Schumacher. But in his defense, not a lot of these have been extremely close that have been called balls so far. So I think Brisky's having quite the movement on her pitches that she wants at this point. But a huge strikeout there for the first out of the inning. She's down the count 2-0 to Blaine. Ooh, that one's maybe a touch low. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 is a called strike. Blaine thought she had drawn ball 4 there. And wasn't a whole lot of difference between that one and the pitch thrown before, but got the strike this time, 3-1. 3-1 pitch to Blaine on its way, and that's a ground ball, and it hits off Brisky's glove. Elisad will make the throw, but Blaine will beat it out. And an infield single for Jesse Blaine gives Mississippi State the 1-0 lead here in the first. Almost exactly what you needed if you were Jocelyn Brisky, but she couldn't quite glove it. Kept the ball on the infield, but nobody's out. Infield single for Blaine. Runners now on first and second, 1 out for Kylie Edwards, who takes the first pitch for a called strike, and Brisky's ahead of a batter for the first time today. Edwards batting an even .300, 21 of 70, 15 runs scored with 6 doubles, 5 homers, and 16 runs driven in. The 0-1. Little high. They'll throw down to second behind Barbary, but she's back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 fouled off. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got it with her eyes, and there's 2 gone. Got Edwards to chase 1 up around her eyes.
Designated player number 7, Lexi Sosa.
And with 2 outs, that now brings up Lexi Sosa, the designated player. First pitch to the righty. Line foul. Down the right field line, 0-1. Sosa batting .271, 19 of 70, 15 runs scored with 3 doubles, leads the team with 8 homers and 25 runs driven in. Team leader in both homers and RBIs is Sosa, transfer from UCLA. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, bounced away momentarily, but not far enough for anyone to go anywhere. Barbary almost got caught too far off second base. The 1-1. Ground ball to deep short. Hawkins has it, makes a long throw, and got her at first. Great job by Salem Hawkins making that play at deep short. Made the throw and got Sosa by a half step to end the inning. But Mississippi State does get on the board first as they get 1 run on 2 hits. There are no errors and 2 runners left on base. We played a half inning. Mississippi State 1, Alabama coming to bat here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Mississippi State with a 1-0 lead over Alabama. Here is the Alabama Power starting lineup for the Crimson Tide, who enter today's game at 20-7 overall, making their debut here in the SEC after having a week 1 bye in the conference. Audrey Vandegrift, the left fielder, will lead things off with Larissa Pruitt, the right fielder, batting second. Lexa Pillow, designated player, bats third. Abby Dukeshire, first base, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Callie Hevlin, the second baseman. Brooke Ellistad, third base, bats sixth. Batting seventh and catching is Marley Giles. Saylin Hawkins, the shortstop, will bat eighth, and Kristen White, the center fielder, will bat ninth. They'll face in the circle for the Bulldogs, a right-handed senior from Bossier City, Louisiana, the transfer from LSU, Raylan Chafin. Chafin on the year with a 1.31 ERA, a 12-run record, making her 18th appearance and 12th start. She has 8 complete games. Audrey Vandergrift will lead things off for the Crimson Tide. And here comes the first pitch from the righty Chafin. Pulled back the butt. It's a called strike. Chafin's pitched 74 2/3 innings, given up 50 hits, 20 runs, 14 earned. She's walked 21, struck out 96. Opponents batting 187 against Chafin on the year. Was one of the talks of all of college softball the first couple weeks of the season, as that one's in there for a ball, one strike on Vandergrift. And timeout is called by the first base umpire, Kaylee Young, who's coming over to talk things over with Chafin about a possible illegal pitch situation, I do believe. Defensively for the Bulldogs, Bernardini in left, Sacco in center, Sells in right, Barbary at third, Edwards at short, Stiles at second, Hull at first with Blaine behind the plate. Catching Chafin, Sosa's the DP. The 1-1 to Vandergrift. Called strike, 1-2. Vandergrift batting .438, 32 of 73, 27 runs scored, 3 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, and 15 runs driven in. Leads the nation with 34 stolen bases. The 1-2. Off speed stays a bit too high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now on Vandergrift. Wind has shifted a bit. It's now blowing out to left center field. Two. Vandergrift swings and misses at strike 3, and Vandergrift is retired. There's one gone. Dimensions here at the Rhodes House, 200 down the lines, 220 to straightaway center field, 6-foot wall all the way around in the outfield. As Larissa Pruitt steps in. Left-hand hitting, the first pitch. Outside for ball 1. Pruitt batting .351, 26 of 74, 22 runs scored, 4 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 17 runs driven in. Called strike, 1-1. It's announced this week that Rhodes Stadium will be the host of Athletes Unlimited's championship series, as well as some regular season series in July. 1-1. Pruitt swings and misses at the off speed, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, grounded just foul down the first base line. We'll do it again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned Mississippi State did the 3-game sweep over Auburn in week 1 of conference play last weekend. Alabama had the bye the first week of conference play. 1-2 pitch is well high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Mississippi State with a 1-0 lead here in the home half of the first inning. First of 2 between the Crimson Tide and the Bulldogs. This traditional doubleheader. Two. Pruitt waits on that one, but fouls it off. Stays alive, 2-2. Another 2-2. Pruitt again fouls it away. Got out in front of that one, but slowed down her swing enough. Foul that one off. Stays live, 2-2. That 2-2 is outside, and the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chafin looks in. Now the payoff pitch to Pruitt. And that one's fouled off this time into the Alabama bullpen down the left field line. Tenth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Here it comes. It's a ground ball to short. Stop made by Edwards. The throw is going to be in time to get Pruitt, and there's 2 away. So an extended battle, but that one's won by Chafin, and there's 2 gone.
Designated player number 31, Alexis Papillo.
That will bring up Lex Papillo. Papillo batting .389, 28 of 72 with 18 runs scored, 5 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 27 runs driven in. Team leader in RBIs. First pitch. Oh, called strike. Somewhere around the knees on the outside corner. The 0-1. High and outside, 1-1. Pillow had one of those home runs against South Alabama in the midweek game down in Mobile. That one is inside, almost hit her. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pillow was 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Had the homer, a double. That home run was a 3-run shot. Part of the 3 home run inning, 4th inning when Alabama put up the touchdown in the 4th. Two-one pitch. Papillo swings and misses. And actually, an illegal pitch was called, and the count moves instead to 3-1 now on Papillo. 3-1. Low and away for ball 4. Lex Papillo takes advantage of the illegal pitch and is the first base runner of the ball game for the Crimson Tide. I'll bring up Abby Dukeshire. Duke batting .393, 22 of 56, 13 runs scored with 6 doubles, 2 homers, and 11 runs driven in. First pitch from Chafin. Hit the outside corner for a called strike. Dukeshire swings and misses, no balls and 2 strikes. Good crowd, people still coming in. Again, this is the first of 2. So if you have a ticket for tomorrow's game, that game is happening in about 2 hours. The 0-2, Dukeshire went too far around on the check swing. The ball bounces, but the throw down is going to be in time for out number 3 to retire the side, and Dukeshire fooled to get the strikeout and in the inning. But the Crimson Tide here in the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played an inning. It's Mississippi State 1, Alabama 0, here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. The second inning is presented by the Bryant Museum, located on the UA campus just across from Coleman Coliseum. Open every day 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. except Mondays. Access online at bryantmuseum.com. We head to the second inning. Mississippi State with a 1-0 lead over Alabama. Bottom of the order due up for the Bulldogs. Bernardini, Hull, and Stiles. 7-8-9 against Jocelyn Brisky. Back out now for her second inning of work. Bulldogs got an RBI single from the catcher, Jesse Blaine, to take the 1-0 lead in the first. And Morgan Bernardini will lead things off. She's batting .362, 25 of 69, 17 runs scored, 5 doubles, 2 homers, and 18 runs driven in on the season. First pitch, low for ball 1. Alabama's head coach is Patrick Murphy. He's in his 27th season as the Alabama head coach. The Alabama head coaching record, 1,297 victories, 382 losses, a .772 winning percentage for the national champion and Hall of Famer. Fouls that one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Assistant coach is Caleb Rowe. The pitching coach, Lance McMahon. The hitting coach is Adam Arbor. Coordinator player development is Ryan I. Murray. The 1-1. A little bit high, 2-1. Director of softball operations is Jaden Spencer. AC Atinka is the athletic trainer. Strength and conditioning coach is Michelle Diltz. Nathan Sheehan is sports information's video director. Scott Moyer. Stu Moore is the equipment manager. The 2-1. Bernardini with a fly ball to center. Taking a few steps. Settling underneath it. Making the catch is White. And there's one gone. Bring up the first baseman, Riley Hull. Staff photographer is Kent Gidley for the Crimson Tide. Riley Hull, left-handed senior, batting .250, 15 of 60 with 14 runs scored with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. The first pitch is low for ball 1. For Mississippi State, their head coach is Samantha Ricketts. She's in her 6th season as the head coach in Starkville. Called strike, 1-1. Associate head coach is Tyler Bratton. Assistant coach and pitching coach is Taryn Mowat McKinney, and Zach Shaw, the assistant coach as well. The 1-1. That one is taken to shallow left. On the run is Vandegrift, and she will make the catch. Laying out, tracking it down. And there's 2 away. Vandegrift charging in, actually made the catch before she ended up laying out. That was going to be the only way she was going to be able to stop herself. So quickly 2 out now for Morgan Stiles. First pitch is a called strike. Stiles batting even .300, 12 of 40, 11 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 13 runs driven in. The 0-1, low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 comes in high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. Three and 1 now to Stiles. Fouls it off. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on here in the second. Mississippi State with a 1-0 lead over Alabama. Brisky working quickly as usual. Sends that in too low for ball 4, and the 9-hole hitter draws the walk here with 2 outs to keep the inning alive. We'll go back to the top of the order. And Sierra Sacco Sacco led off the game with a walk, came around to score the game's only run last inning. First pitch, fouled away for strike one. Sacco, a senior from Marrero, Louisiana, the transfer from Louisiana Tech. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. The 0-2, just a touch outside, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, touch in, 2-2. Two pitch is a liner that's going to be into the left center field gap and get all the way to the wall. Vandegrift picks it up and gets the relay in, but the runner will come in to score without a throw. And the 2-out walk to the 9-hole comes around to bite Alabama here in the second. An RBI double by Sierra Sacco, and it's Mississippi State 2, Alabama nothing.
Third baseman number 10, Nadia Barbary.
We'll now bring up Nadia Barbary. Alabama trailing now 2-0. Barbary singled her first time. And the first pitch, called strike. They'll throw back down. Giles elevated that throw a bit, but Heveland had to leap to make the grab. The 0-1, swung on and missed. The ball and 2 strikes. Now the 0-2, well high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Barbary. Junior from Douglasville, Georgia. Speed fouled back. Countermands, the ball and 2 strikes. Alabama in the all-white uniforms, the white jerseys with crimson script Bama across the chest. White pants and crimson socks. 1-2 is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They throw back down again. Just back in time is Sacco at second. Mississippi State with the maroon over white uniforms, maroon jerseys with white script State across the chest, white pants and white socks. A 2-2. Soft liner, and that's going to fall for a base hit into center field. White will come up throwing, but it's going to be cut off, and that's going to be an RBI single for Barbary. And Mississippi State has a 3-0 lead on Alabama here in the second. Got the 2 first outs of the inning relatively easily on a couple of flyouts, but then a 2-out walk to the 9-hole hitter Styles. RBI double by Sierra Sacco, and now an RBI single for Nadia Barbary, who's now 2 for 2 on the day. Gives Mississippi State the 3-0 lead for Kiara Sells. Sells is 0 for 1. She struck out her first time. First pitch. That is a fly ball skied to shallow center. White calls everyone off. She'll make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side here in the second. But some 2-out production for the Bulldogs. Results in 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We've played an inning and a half. We moved to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. The second inning is presented by the Bryant Museum, located on the UA campus just across from Coleman Coliseum. Open every day, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., except Mondays. Access online at bryantmuseum.com. We head to the bottom of the second. Alabama trailing Mississippi State 3-0. Due up for the Crimson Tide here in the second will be Hevlin, Elistad, and Giles. 5, 6, 7 against Raylan Chafin in the circle for Mississippi State. A walk was issued in the first inning by Chafin. That was the only base runner for Alabama. It's been Mississippi State offensively getting the jump out on the Crimson Tide with 3 runs on 4 hits so far. Alabama still looking for their base hit, and it'll be their first base hit of the game, and Callie Hevlin to lead things off. In front of a lot of friends and family in for the weekend for her senior day, which was originally scheduled for tomorrow. Of course, that will now be moved to Sunday as the first pitch comes in high for ball 1. Hevlin batting .369, 24 of 65, 20 runs scored with 2 doubles, 10 homers, and 25 runs driven in. Hevlin with a hard hit ball to deep right field, and the right fielder falls down. Hevlin will head to second, where she will stand up with a leadoff double. Sells, playing deep, had that in her sights and just stumbled, I think, on the lip from the grass under the warning track, is now tying her shoes. She might have stepped on her shoelaces, and she fell over. And Alabama will take it. A double for Hevlin. Puts the leadoff man on second base. And Samantha Ricketts has come out. I'm not sure what her argument is in this situation. Unless she thought Hevlin missed first, but I don't think she did. Unless they had called an illegal pitch on that pitch as well. Of course, if you're Alabama, you'll take the result of the play. As Brooke Elistad is the batter now with a runner on second, nobody on. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Elistad batting .375, 27 of 72 with 12 runs scored, 2 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, and 22 runs driven in. Elistad swings and misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Against South Alabama, Elistad was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a run scored, had the third of 3 homers, and the second of back-to-back homers in that 4th inning. Elistad with a fly ball, foul ground, left-hand side. It will get out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. Now on Elistad. Oh, Elisad takes a called strike 3. Fooled by a high drop.
Catcher number 34, Marley Giles.
Hit the inside corner, and there's one away. That brings up the catcher, Marley Giles. First pitch to Marley, fouls it off on a check swing for strike 1. Giles batting .250, 15 of 60 with 15 runs scored, 4 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 17 runs driven in. Runner on second, 1 out. Mississippi State with a 3-0 lead as we play here in the home half of the second. Called strike 0-2. Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Tide and the Bulldogs coming up roughly 30 minutes following the conclusion of this game. We'll have official first pitch and air times at the end of this broadcast. The 0-2, Giles with a 1-hopper to third to look back the runner and make the throw. Does Barbary. And there's 2 away.
Shortstop number 47, Salem Hawkins.
Now with 2 outs with the runner on second, Salem Hawkins will step up. The transfer from Mississippi State, Salem Hawkins getting the at-bat. Batting .283, 13 of 46, 11 runs scored with a double and 4 RBIs. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Callie Hevlin led off the inning with a double over the right fielder's head. She still stands on second with 2 outs. That one's high, bounced out of the glove of Blaine behind the plate. Not far enough for anyone to go anywhere. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Hawkins fouls it back. 2 balls and a strike. Elsewhere on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, coming up later this evening, 5:45 the airtime. Alabama baseball opening up their SEC schedule at Texas A&M. Hawkins lines it to left. That's down for a base hit. Hevlin will stay at third, but Salem Hawkins gets a single off her former squad, and runners are now on the corners with 2 outs for Kristen White.
Center fielder number 3, Kristen White.
White batting .353, 18 of 51, 18 runs scored, and 4 RBIs on the season for K-Dub. Chafin looks in, and here comes the first pitch. Called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. White does have the capability to swing away. So far, it looks like she's still looking to slap here. One, little outside, 2-1. Love to get on base here and turn the lineup over. Has had the propensity for the big run innings. As Jessie Blaine now pops up and says that her pitch comm is not working. Head over to the dugout to get a new one. Also coming up later this evening here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, Alabama men's basketball in the SEC tournament taking on Kentucky. Airtime set for 7:30. Tip-off time, who knows? Sure, Chris Bryan and the crew will keep you entertained until that tip-off time happens. 2-1, slapped foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2. That's a chopper to second. The throw is going to be in time from Styles to get White by a half step. And in the inning for Alabama here in the second, Alabama gets a couple runners on but can't get them in. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We've played 2. It's Mississippi State 3, Alabama nothing here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Three 3-0 Mississippi State as we head to the top of the third inning. 2 up for the Bulldogs here in the third. It'll be Blaine, Edwards, and Sosa. 4, 5, 6. The third inning is presented by Bojangles, the new and improved Bojangles app. Bring the flavor to your tailgate with chicken, biscuits, and fixings by downloading the Bojangles app to order ahead for tailgates and whenever it's bow time. It's not a tailgate without Bojangles. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 3 left for Mississippi State. No runs on 2 hits. No errors and 3 left for Alabama. And Alabama making a change in the circle. This call to the bullpen reminds you that Alabama softball is brought to you by Barkley GMC, the best place to buy a vehicle in Tuscaloosa and proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Visit barclaygmc.com today. Barkley makes it easy. The new pitcher for Alabama is the righty, senior from Dendridge, Tennessee, the transfer from Ole Miss, Caitlin Riley. First pitch to Jesse Blaine is in there for a called strike. Riley on the year with a 5-1 record and a 2.37 ERA. She's pitched 47 in the third innings. That pitch comes in low, 1-1. 51 hits, 24 runs, 16 earned. She walked 18, struck out 24. Opponents batting .277 against Riley, who is making her 16th appearance of the years. That one's fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6th in relief as she comes in for Jocelyn Brisky, who went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs that were all earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, 50 pitches, 27 strikes thrown by Brisky, who really was having trouble getting ahead of batters. The 1-2. Blaine pops it up on the infield, third base side. Settling underneath it and making the catch in fair territory is Elstad, and there's one gone. And that will bring up shortstop Kylie Edwards. He struck out her first time.
Shortstop number 67, Kylie Edwards.
So Brisky just not as sharp as you wanted her to be. That one's fouled away for strike 1 by Edwards. Had to throw 50 pitches through 2 innings, but I would assume she'd be available either to come back in this game or possibly in game number 2. The 0-1. Takes that pitch for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edwards, a sophomore from Waldron, Indiana. Ground ball just past the diving Hevlin at second base and through for a base hit. For State, that's hit number 5 on the day. With the runner on first, that will bring up Lexi Sosa, the designated player. She grounded out her first time. Graduate from San Diego, California, the transfer from UCLA. First pitch, high for ball 1. Sosa, like several of these Bulldogs, Kylie Edwards, one of those. Also, Jesse Blaine, 3 straight players actually in the lineup that participated in the Florida Gulf Coast League in the last couple of years. That one comes in low, 2 balls and no strikes. So Sosa was in it 2 years ago as she was in the transfer portal from UCLA heading to Mississippi State. The 2-0 went too far around. 2 balls and a strike. Played on the Slice, who had some injury issues and were just trying to get players that could hit. 2-1 misses inside, 3-1. Sosa, at the time, just a pitcher. Did not hit, but was asked to because of lack of depth on the team. The 3-1 runner goes, swung on and missed, fouled off actually. And the count was full 3-2. And became an RBI extra base machine for the Slice that season. And here, while she does pitch, making more of a impact at the plate for the Bulldogs. That pitch came in low for ball 4. So after Blaine was induced to pop up, start off the inning, a single and a walk, and now put runners on first and second with 1 out. Samantha Ricketts coming out to talk with Sean Shoemaker. And we'll have a pinch runner here for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be Greta Grassel, the freshman, running on first.
At the plate, left over number 13, Morgan Bernardini.
Morgan Bernardini is the batter. First pitch, called strike. Bernardini's 0 for 1. Had a fly out her first time. Junior from Elkville, Illinois. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. They'll throw to third to get 1. Won't be able to turn a double play, but does get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. So runners now on first and second. Now with 2 outs for the first baseman, Riley Hull. Hull, a senior from Somerset, Kentucky. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Riley in her appearances this year, whether she's starting or relieving. The 1-0. A little outside, 2-0. Has seen the ERA drop significantly after the first inning. So if Riley's able to get out of this inning without allowing a run. The 2-0. Called strike, 2-1. The stats and the trends would say that she's in for a good outing the rest of the way. The 2-1 is low, 3-1. Alabama is trying to keep the Bulldogs where they are with a 3-1 lead to give the Alabama offense an opportunity to get them back in it. The 3-1, line foul. Past long-time assistant coach Tyler Bratton in the third base coaching box. Now the payoff pitch to Hull. Fly ball to center. Right there is White, inner tracks to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side, and the Bulldogs strand a couple of runners and don't get a run across for the first time here in the 3rd inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 3-0 State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from their field. The 3rd inning is presented by Bojangles, the new and improved Bojangles app. Bring the flavor to your tailgate with chicken, biscuits, and fixings by downloading the Bojangles app to order ahead for tailgates and whenever it's bow time. It's not a tailgate without Bojangles. We move to the home half of the 3rd inning. Mississippi State with a 3-0 lead over Alabama. Top of the order due up for the Crimson Tide here. Vandergriff, Pruitt, and Papillo. Riley Chafin back out for her 3rd inning of work for Mississippi State, along with studio engineer Kai Jones and TTSN booth cam producer Ethan Carabin. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here for the first of 2 between Alabama and Mississippi State. If you're watching us on the booth cam, hello. And know that booth cam is presented by MLB The Show 25. Pre-order them now. Audrey Vandergriff will lead things off. She struck out her first time. And the first pitch, Vandergriff takes it low and away for ball 1. Bama fans, be sure to catch Hey Coach, the Nate Oates Show, presented by Alpha Insurance, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa on Monday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Central, right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. We'll be talking about that SEC tournament. And that one is well hit to deep left field. That one is back and off of the wall, foul. That one just kind of got up in the jet stream and kept going. It sliced too far foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Touch outside, 2-1. In addition to that, Crimson Tide Sports Network coverage continues with Crimson Drive Thursday afternoons on all Crimson Tide Sports Network social media outlets. Crimson Drive is live each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time, so be sure to join host Roger Hoover for the latest on Alabama athletics. The 2-1. Vandergriff, well hit to right, but there to make the catch. Setting up this time the Sells, and there's one away. One out, runner on, or no runners on, excuse me, with Larissa Pruitt stepping in. Pruitt, the junior from Hartselle, trying to get things going for Alabama as they trail 3-0 here in the 3rd. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Time for a scoreboard update brought to you by the Out of the Box Podcast. Check out the latest episode of the Out of the Box Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Part of the Softball America Podcast Network. That one's lined to left. That's down for a base hit. Larissa Pruitt goes opposite way with the base knock. And Alabama has a runner on here in the 3rd. Pruitt didn't try to do too much there. Inside outed it into left.
Designated player number 31, Alexis Papillo.
So now the runner on first. That brings up Lex Papillo. She walked her first time. Had a great episode this past week of the Out of the Box podcast, talking with former Texas A&M great and ESPN analyst Tori Vidalis. First pitch is a called strike. She'll be part of the Athletes Unlimited softball crew that will be here in July. Teammate of Montana Fouts and the Talons. The pitch is outside, 1-1. The pitching staff for the Talons, Lisa Fernandez is the general manager, so not a surprise she knows how to put a pitching staff together. Georgina Korick, Montana Fouts, and Megan Framo. Good luck. The 1-1, Papillo takes one on the inside corner for a called strike. They throw down, but Pruitt is back in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Paget Murphy and the Alabama dugout and Alabama fans perplexed at that strike call. He's definitely in the river on the inside corner. 1-2, Papillo swings and misses for strike 3.
First baseman number 10, Abby Dukeshire.
Now with 2 outs, now with a runner on first, Abby Dukeshire will step up. She struck out her first time. And once those games get started, if we're still on the air, we'll give you those baseball and basketball scores. Dukeshire fouls that one away for strike 1. There's a final from earlier today in Nashville. Auburn beat Ole Miss 62-57 to advance to the semifinals. The 0-1, Dukeshire fouls that one away. No balls and 2 strikes. And with 12:41 left in the first half, Tennessee leads Texas 15-10. You'll have Missouri and Florida, followed by Alabama and Kentucky, the nightcap. The 0-2 to Dukeshire. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes. We're the first SEC softball teams in action here today. Coming up later, you'll have Samford at Ole Miss, part of the Rebel Invitational in Oxford. UConn at Tennessee. Kentucky at LSU. North Dakota State at Ole Miss. Georgia and South Carolina. Dukeshire lines this to right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Rounding second, heading to third is Pruitt. And now the Crimson Tide have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Second straight inning that has been the case. This time, Callie Hevlin will be the batter. Tide's home run leader. Had a double her first time. The senior from Three Rivers, Michigan, with an opportunity here. It's a tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, off speed outside, ball 1. Texas A&M and Auburn, Michigan and Missouri, all coming up later. We'll keep you up to date as they get underway. The 1-0, inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 comes in high, 3 balls and no strikes now on Hevlin. Brooke Elistad is on deck for the Crimson Tide. 3-0, low and in for ball 4, and Hevlin draws a 4-pitch walk. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Brooke Elistad. Senior from Kimberly, Wisconsin, the transfer from Louisiana, as Taryn Mowat McKinney, pitching coach for Mississippi State, coming out to talk things over with the entire Bulldog infield. Audrey Vandergriff got a couple of well-hit balls to lead things off, but ended up flying out. Start things off here in the 3rd inning. Larissa Pruitt with a single. Lexa Pillow with a strikeout, but a single by Dukeshire and a walk to Hevlin have now loaded the bases with 2 outs for Brooke Elistad. Elistad against South Alabama on Tuesday and had a homer and a single and had the game-winning RBI in that game. It was 15-3, but there is a game-winning RBI in every game. And Elistad on the year has 7 game-winning RBIs. Nobody else has more than 3 for the Crimson Tide. First pitch, high for ball 1. So in a way, you look at her, she's almost had a quiet season, a quiet 375 because of what people like what Hevlin and Papillo have done, but Elistad has been a huge part of this offense. A big opportunity here with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Again high, 2 balls and no strikes as Chafin has lost the strike zone at the moment. That was her 61st pitch of the game. (2-0). Again outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Seven straight balls thrown by Chafin. And 3-0s right in there for a strike, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, Elistad fouls it off. And the count's now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, the runners will get a head start here. Yeah, Pruitt on 3rd, Dukeshire on 2nd, and Hevlin on 1st. Bama trails 3-0, but Brooke Elistad trying to change that here in the home half of the 3rd inning. The payoff. Elistad skies this one to right center, but ranging over and making the catch in the gap is Sells for out number 3 to retire the side, and Alabama leaves 3 runners on base. They've left 6 total so far today, and Raylan Chafin keeps Alabama off the board for the Tide here in the 3rd. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. We've played 3. It's 3-0 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. We head to the fourth inning. Mississippi State with a 3-0 lead over Alabama. Due up for the Bulldogs here in the fourth. It'll be Styles, Sacco, and Barbary. 9-1-2. Facing Caitlin Riley. Back out now for her second inning of relief. Jocelyn Brisky went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 50 pitches, 27 strikes thrown by Brisky. Caitlin Riley in relief so far has got an inning, giving up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. 21 pitches and 12 strikes thrown by Riley so far here in relief. Starting things off with a 9-hole hitter, Morgan Stiles, who walked and scored her first time up, as Patrick Murphy talks with Gray Robertson and Jenna Johnson over on the SEC Network Plus. Gives us an opportunity to take a look at Alabama softball on this date. Alabama 18-3 all time on March 14th. Happy Pi Day to everybody. Outscoring opponents 116-58. Back in 1997, Alabama picked up a 3-2 win at Arkansas for their first ever conference win in program history. Bama swept a doubleheader over Mississippi State here in Tuscaloosa in 2009, winning 4-0 and 7-1. Bama's won 5 in a row on this date, dating back to 2018 when Bama beat Georgia Tech 3-1 in Atlanta. First pitch to Stiles is a called strike. The Tide finished off a series sweep on the Plains against Auburn 4-2 in 2021 behind a 3-run homer by Bailey Dowling, freshman at the time. The 0-1 is a chopper to short. Hawkins takes the inconvenient hop, but is able to make the stop in the throw for out number 1. She had ranged over to her left, and that ball took a weird hop, bounced up high on her, but she stuck with it, made the stop in the throw for the first out. Back to top of the order, Sierra Sacco, who's 1 for 1, walked and scored in the first, had an RBI double and scored in the second. First pitch to her is outside for ball 1. And the last time out on this date, Bama beat North Alabama 5-2 in front of a massive crowd at the Florence Sportsplex. Bama will travel to North Alabama later this year, but will play at North Alabama's on-campus facility instead of the Sportsplex. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. Three runs on 5 hits, no errors, 5 left for Mississippi State. No runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 6 left for the Crimson Tide. Hard hit ball to short, and that one bounces off of Hawkins and will not have a throw as Hevlin picked it up. That's going to, I think, be the first error of the game. Hard hit ball. That just bounced off Hawkins' glove. And yep, that will be an E6. So another test for Alabama. How do they respond to that? Barbary steps in. The first pitch to her is low and away for ball 1. Barbary 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles and an RBI. Seen a few too many times this year Alabama have a inning where there's an error and it snowballed on them. The ball comes in high, 2 balls and no strikes. That one is popped up on the infield. Now a couple of steps out on the grass. Hawkins sticks with it. She'll make the catch for out number 2. As the Bulldogs keep peppering the former teammate over there at short. And there's now 2 outs for Kiara Sells. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch called strike. They throw back down to first behind Sacco, but she dives back in time. 0-1. So 2 outs, runner on first. Alabama trying to keep the Bulldogs off the board this inning. They trail 3-0. That one's popped up on the infield, third base side. Underneath it now in foul territory is Elistad. She'll make the catch for out number 3. And Alabama does a good job absorbing the error and keeping Mississippi State from scoring here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the home half of the 4th inning. It's Mississippi State 3, Alabama nothing here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. The fourth inning is presented by Nukes. At Nukes, your food is always made to order in an open kitchen with the freshest ingredients. Visit them locally on University Boulevard or order online at nukes.com. Nukes is a proud supporter of Alabama softball. We head to the home half of the fourth inning. Mississippi State with a 3-0 lead over Alabama. Due up for the Tide here in the fourth. It's the bottom of the order. Giles, Hawkins, and White taking on Raylan Chafin in the circle for Mississippi State. Chafin has gone 3 innings, given up 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts upon his, 65 pitches, 39 strikes thrown by Chafin so far here in the ball game, and has allowed base runners. Alabama has left runners on every inning, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. As Alabama's given themselves chances, but have not been able to get a run across as of yet. We'll see if the bottom of the order can be a catalyst here in the fourth. The fourth inning has been Alabama's best inning so far on the year. Only allowing 7 runs all year in the fourth. And Alabama coming off of a game on Tuesday when they scored 7 in that fourth inning. So we'll see if the Crimson Tide can do it again here in the fourth today. First of 2 games between Alabama and Mississippi State. The Crimson Tide coming off of the 15-3 win over South Alabama on Tuesday. First of 2 between Alabama and Mississippi State. The second game of this doubleheader is coming up roughly 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Marley Giles will be the batter. Giles is 0 for 1, grounded out her first time. First pitch. Giles fouls it away for strike 1. As I mentioned, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League revealed its full summer schedule earlier this week. Road Stadium will be one of 8 host sites during the season. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. You'll have the 2-game series between the Talons and the Volts, July 22nd and 23rd, and the AUSL Championship, a best-of-3 series, July 26th through the 28th. Talons headlined by Montana Fouts. The 1-1 is a little outside, 2 balls and a strike. Tickets will go on sale on March 19th through the Alabama Athletics ticket office and RollTide.com. Two-1. Giles fouls it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alabama has entered today's game with 76 stolen bases as a team, 10 more than second place, but just have not had the opportunity to cause any chaos on the base paths. A lot of 2-out production. As that one's popped up on the infield, third base side, ranging over is Barbary. She'll make the catch for out number 1.
Shortstop number 47, Salem Hawkins.
So 1 out now, nobody on for the shortstop, Salem Hawkins. She singled her first time against her former squad, Mississippi State. First pitch is a called strike. Hawkins fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes. Hawkins with a ground ball to short. Edwards makes the stop and the throw, and there's 2 away.
Center fielder number 3, Kristen White.
Kristen White now the batter. She's 0 for 1 with the ground out. First pitch. Bunted at and missed for strike 1. Bama on the day 2 for 5 with 2 outs. Unfortunately, they've kind of waited to get 2 outs before they've gotten much started offensively. As that one comes in high, 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Slap foul at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 Mississippi State. And White takes this to right field. That's down for a base hit. Line drive slap over an infield that was playing in. And another 2-out hit for Alabama will now turn the lineup over. And back to the top of the order, and Audrey Vandergriff. Vandergriff 0 for 2, struck out in the first and had a fly out in the third. Patrick Murphy calls the offensive timeout to talk things over with Vandergriff. Vandergriff, the prototype 5-tool player, has tried to hit for power here the first 2 at-bats of her day. See what she does here. 3rd time through against Chafin. First pitch misses a little outside for ball 1. Mississippi State has only defeated Alabama in a series twice in program history, both in Starkville, 2004 and 2014. Mississippi State's never won a series here in Tuscaloosa. 1-0, swing and a miss. Throw back down, but White's back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tides won 7 in a row against the Bulldogs. We'll need a comeback to keep that going here as they trail 3-0 in the 4th. 1-1, Vandergriff bunts and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vandergriff just had a lot of trouble figuring Chafin out here. The freshman first time facing off with the senior. The 1-2. Oh, hits the inside corner with a curveball, called strike 3. And Vandergriff strikes out for the 2nd time today, and that will end the inning for Alabama here in the 4th. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 4, still 3-0 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. We head to the 5th inning. Mississippi State with a 3-0 lead over Alabama. The 5th inning is presented by Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa. Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is more than fast and more than signs. Request a free quote from Fast Signs for all your business visibility needs. Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide softball. Blaine, Edwards, and Sosa due up for the Bulldogs here in the 5th, 4-5-6 against Caitlin Riley. Back out for her 3rd inning of work, and the first pitch to Jessie Blaine is out of here. Solo homer for Jessie Blaine over the left field wall, and Mississippi State takes a 4-0 lead as that pitch gets too much of the white, and Jessie Blaine, the Auburn transfer, takes one over the left field wall. Her 2nd hit of the day and 2nd RBI. And it's 4-0 Bulldogs. First pitch to Kylie Edwards. Popped up on the infield, now calling everyone off. Charging in from center field is Kristen White. She'll make that catch for out number 1. For Blaine, that is her first homer of the season. And she has 2 RBIs on the day, so she now has 14 runs driven in on the season. And that will bring up now Lexi Sosa. Sosa's 0 for 1, grounded out in the 1st and walked in the 3rd. They showed on the TV broadcast, first pitch to Sosa, I should say, is a bouncer. That is a fair ball in front of home plate. Giles does a good job sticking with it, making the stop and the throw for out number 2. So that wind is blowing straight out to left field with gusts from 14 to 20 miles an hour. And Blaine got it right into that jet stream. Not sure it needed much help, though. It was pretty well struck as the first pitch to Morgan Bernardini is in there for a called strike. Riley now is throwing a first pitch strike to 9 of the 12 batters she's faced. And that was a big issue for Jocelyn Brisky in her start. That one's line foul. No balls and 2 strikes now on Bernardini. And that was the first run allowed by Riley in her relief appearance. And again, it's just going to be up to this Alabama offense. Try to get something going, get that production coming before 2 outs. The 0-2. That one's well hit to deep center field. Ranging back is White, but she's going to watch it sail over the fence. And 2 solo homers in the inning for Mississippi State. One from Jessie Blaine and now one from Morgan Bernardini. And the Bulldogs lead at 5-0. Bernardini, that's her 3rd homer of the season and 19th RBI. We'll see a pinch hitter now for the Bulldogs as Paige Ernstis
At the plate for Mississippi State, number 12, Paige Ernstis
will step in. Ernstis, a freshman from New Palestine, Indiana. First pitch is high for ball 1. Ernstis is 7 of 14 on the year. 4 runs scored, a double, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs. It's been a reliable bat off the bench for Samantha Ricketts. The 1-0. This is low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And here comes Lance Mann. We've seen Mississippi State here this inning take advantage of a couple mistakes from Caitlin Riley. He's falling behind Ernstis. Bulldogs now out hitting Alabama 7-5, but the big number, of course, is Mississippi State 5, Alabama nothing in the runs column. That one's fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Two pitch, rise ball high, and the count's full, 3-2. And that's a fly ball to left center field, and that's going to get off the wall in the gap. Vandergrift throws it in, but sliding in safely with the double is Paige Ernstis. And a big 5th inning continues for the Bulldogs. 3 extra base hits. And now Mississippi State has runner on second with 2 outs. You see a runner now coming in for the Bulldogs. Is actually Riley Hull, re-entering the ball game. So Riley Hull now on second. Morgan Stiles to the plate. 0 for 1. Walked and scored in the second, ground out in the fourth. First pitch. Called strike. Oh, 1 is low, 1-1. In Nashville at the SEC men's basketball tournament, 1:04 remaining in the first half. Tennessee with a 39-36 lead over Texas. The 1-1. Called strike, 1-2. Texas with their win over Texas A&M yesterday, I would think, solidified their at-large bid to the NCAA tournament. SEC now looks to have 14 teams make it. Fouled off at the plate. Stiles barely got a piece. Giles not able to hold on to it. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That would obliterate the record for most teams from a conference making the NCAA tournament. Number 1-2 to Stiles, and that is a chopper to short. From her knees, the throw from Hawkins is in time for out number 3 to retire the side. A heck of a play by Salyn Hawkins to end the inning and limit the damage somewhat. But Mississippi State here in the 5th inning off 2 solo homers gets 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. We stretch in Tuscaloosa. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-0 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. The 5th inning is presented by Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa. Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is more than fast and more than signs. Request a free quote from Fast Signs for all your business visibility needs. Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide softball. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mississippi State now a 5-0 lead over Alabama. Due up for the Tide here in the home half of the 5th. Pruitt, Papillo, and Dukeshire. Alabama has shown this season the ability to put up big numbers in a quick amount of time that they're facing one of the better pitchers they faced all year in Raylan Chafin. And it's just been a frustrating day so far for the Crimson Tide. Alabama has 5 hits. They've had base runners every inning, but they've unfortunately left 7 on. And Mississippi State has taken advantage of their chances, including 2 solo homers last inning, to extend the lead to 5-0. Larissa Pruitt will be the first batter for Alabama. 2-3-4 due up. And the first pitch outside for ball 1. Pruitt 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out in the first and singled back in the 3rd inning. The 83rd pitch of the ball game thrown by Chafin. She shouldered the load for the most part in the circle for State this season, as that one is just foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pruitt. Chafin entered today's game having thrown 74 2/3 innings. The next most is Josie Marin, who has 35 1/3. 1-0's outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mississippi State started off the year at the Game Changer NFCA Leadoff Classic in Clearwater. Knocked off Texas Tech, Penn State, and Nebraska. That one is a liner off the first baseman's glove, and Pruitt will reach. As Hull tried to backhand that one, it bounced off her glove, and then she kind of abandoned it. And Stiles was way back at deep second and wasn't able to come up with it. We'll see how that one scored. It is going to be a base hit for Larissa Pruitt, her 2nd single of the day, and a leadoff base hit for Alabama for the 2nd time this game. Bring up now Lexa Pillow. Runner on first, nobody on. Or excuse me, runner on first, nobody out. Pillow's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch is a called strike. Mississippi State also got a run rule victory over Georgia Tech in Starkville, which more and more is looking like a big win. That pitch comes in low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Is Georgia Tech right now in the top 15 in the RPI, and might be in the discussion depending on how this weekend goes as a possible regional host. And this inside, 2-1. The 4 losses on the year for Mississippi State. 1 was to Duke on the first game in the first day of the season. They lost to Jacksonville State, part of the Rocket City Softball Showcase in Huntsville. That pitch is high and away, 3-1. They lost to Northwestern State in Starkville and Middle Tennessee this past midweek in Starkville. But those wins that I've already talked about, plus the 3-game series sweep over Auburn. Ultimate high floor, high ceiling team, or low floor, high ceiling team, I should say. Capillo fouls that one away, and the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alabama definitely not out of this one, but they got to get something going here quickly. Down 5 here in the home half of the 5th. Payoff to Papillo, fouled off. We'll do it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another thing I'm sure everyone was looking forward to this weekend, one game a day against the same team for a regular 3-game series, but then of course the weather tomorrow forcing us into a doubleheader today. For the 3-2, Papillo takes it high and tight for ball 4. So Alabama now with runners on first and second and nobody out for Abby Dukeshire. Another RBI opportunity for the Crimson Tide's cleanup hitter. Duke is 1 for 2, struck out in the first and singled in the third. First pitch. Oh, it was a called strike. Looked low and in to me. And to most everybody here at the Rhodes House. Duke lines this one to right. On the run is Sells. She'll make the catch for the first out. And no one can go anywhere on the base paths. Line drive shot, but stayed up in the air too long. Sells was able to track it down. Now 1 out, runners on first and second for Callie Hevlin. Hevlin doubled back in the second, walked in the third. First pitch. Jam shot to second. They'll throw to second, and no one can make a catch there. Papillo is safe at second, and coming in to score is Papillo, or excuse me, is Pruitt. And Alabama is on the board. It's now 5-1 Mississippi State. Stiles tried the shuffle pass to second. Edwards wasn't able to field it cleanly and then tripped over Papillo at second. If you're Samantha Ricketts, you wanted Stiles just to throw it to first in that situation. So Hevlin reaches on a fielder's choice. And I think it's going to be an E4. Yep. Yeah, an E4 will allow the run to score. So no RBI for Hevlin. And Brooke Elistad now to the plate. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Elistad's over 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. Papillo on second, Hevlin on first. Bama's on the board, 5-1. Tying run still in the on-deck circle. Here with 1 out. Elistad fouls that one away. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, Elistad holds off on that one. Low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chafin approaching 100 pitches. This will be her 99th of the game. And it strikes out Elistad. They chase one low and out. And with 2 gone, they'll bring up Marley Giles. It is supposed to be Marley Giles, but it's going to be a pinch hitter for the Crimson Tide. It's going to be Kennedy Marceau.
Attention, please. Pitching for Alabama, number 1, Kennedy Marceau.
Patrick Murphy in the dugout today was just raving about what she's done in practice here this week. A line drive machine is what he called the freshman from Kaplan, Louisiana. Batting .429 on the year, 12 of 28, 8 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. First pitch, low for ball 1. hitting for Giles, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Still waiting for the breakout game from Giles, which is coming. Fortunately, hasn't been on this day. Marceau fouls that one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Marceau with a chopper to first, but Hull is there. She'll make the stop. Step on the bag for out number 3 to retire the side. Alabama does get on the board, but Chafin is able to keep the Tide from having a big inning here in the 5th inning as they get 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. We played 5-1 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Five-1 Mississippi State as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 2 up for the Bulldogs here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order. Sacco, Barbary, and Sells against Caitlin Riley. Now out for her 4th inning of relief. Attention Tide fans in North Alabama and all over the state. The New Wave meet and greet with Ryan Williams and Jalen Mbakwe has been rescheduled for Saturday, March 29th at Sound Mountain Park and Amphitheater in Albertville, Alabama. Ryan and Jalen will now be at Sound Mountain Park from 2 to 3 p.m. on Saturday, March 29th to meet Bama fans, sign autographs, and pose for photos. Please mark your calendars for this new date. Alabama was able to get on the board in the 5th inning, scoring an unearned run, but Alabama left 2 more runners on base. They've left 9 on through 5 innings. Trailing 5-1. 5 runs on 8 hits, an error, and 7 left for State. For Alabama, a run on 6 hits, 1 error, and 9 runners left on. The first pitch to Sierra Sacco. It's a touch low for ball 1. Sacco 1 for 2 on the day, walked and scored in the first. RBI double and scored in the second, reached on error in the 4th. 1-0. Soft liner that will fall fair down the right field line, and Sacco is on base for her 4th time today. So 2 hits, a walk, and an error for the leadoff hitter for Mississippi State. One of the top leadoff hitters, not just in the conference, but in the country.
Third baseman number 10, Nadia Barbary.
Now bring up third baseman Nadia Barbary, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, an RBI, and a pop out. First pitch, low for ball 1. Game 2 between these 2 teams coming up roughly 30 minutes following the conclusion of this matchup. Traditional doubleheader. Moved because of the inclement weather forecasted for tomorrow. The 1-0, grounded foul. Do it again. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. No change to the schedule for Sunday. 1:30 the first pitch, 1:15 the airtime here on the network. Callie Hevlin's senior day. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Swing and a miss on a hit and run. They'll throw down, but sliding in safely is Sacco with a stolen base. Count moves to 2-2 on Barbary. And that is the first stolen base for either team in this game. It's been a huge part of the Alabama offense this season, but Alabama, despite having runners on, just hasn't had that chance. As that one comes in low, and the count's full, 3-2. They're in the top of the third in Louisville. The ACC matchup between Virginia Tech and the Cardinals. And the Hokies have a 5-0 lead. Payoff pitch. High chopper to short. Hawkins has to wait for it. She'll make the stop in the throw for out number 1. Sacco stays at second.
Right fielder number 9.
Top of the fourth. Duke and Syracuse knotted up at 1. Another ACC matchup. In the Rebel Invitational, Ole Miss has a 3-0 lead over Samford. They're in the top of the second. First pitch to Kiara Sells is a called strike. Sells 0 for 3. It's the only spot in the Mississippi State lineup that has not reached base at least once today. That's a liner off of Riley's glove. Hevlin has to hurry. The throw is going to be just in time to get Sells. Sacco will move to third. We'll see if Mississippi State will consider challenging that one. And now, Samantha Ricketts is going to make the earmuff motion. That one went off of Riley's glove.
Ruling on the field is out at first base. Mississippi State is challenging. The play is under review.
Bobby DeMayo, our crew chief, the third base umpire, will call for a review and then just sit there and listen, because all reviews are handled in Birmingham. And looking at the replay on the SC Network Plus, I think that the call is going to stand, but we will see. Either way, Sacco is on third. The ball hit off Riley's glove and then went to Hevlin, who had just a little bit of a bobble, difficult time getting the ball out of her glove, and made the throw to get Sells by a quarter of a step. In the non-conference games, the video review screen is in the porch of the clubhouse, so you can sit there and watch the umpires figure it out. But now Birmingham in conference games handles everything in the SEC review headquarters. And here's the call.
Call on the field is changed.
Wow. That is surprising, considering the call was out on the field. Now we have another angle SEC Network Plus is showing. And basically frame by frame. That looks to be a dead heat at the most. Surprising overturn as Jessie Blaine now steps in. And the first pitch to her is low for ball 1. Blaine had a solo homer her last time up. Runners now on the corners with 1 out. We'll see what the final scoring is on the play, as that's in there for a called strike, 1-1. I think that's going to be an infield single for Sells. Yeah, that's what it is. 10th hit of the game for the Bulldogs, putting runners now on the corners and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. Blaine, ground ball at the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit over the second base bag. Hawkins tried to make a diving catch, got a piece of it, but could not keep it on the infield, and that's an RBI single for Jessie Blaine, her 3rd RBI of the day. And State gets the run back. It's now 6-1 Bulldogs. Sacco scores. Sells makes it to 3rd. And Patrick Murphy comes out. He's going to talk things over with Sean Shoemaker. we're going to see a change in the circle for the Crimson Tide. Brought to you by the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app, presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. We'll keep it here as Alabama sends now their third pitcher of the ball game into the circle, and it is going to be the freshman, Brea Hodges.
Number 24, Brea Hodges.
Hodges enters, replacing Caitlin Riley, who went 3 1/3, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs that were all earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. She is responsible for the 2 runners on base. And Brea Hodges now will make her 3rd career appearance in the SEC opener for Alabama. In 2 appearances, she's gone 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. She got her first career hit against South Alabama on Tuesday. And she comes in now with Hodges coming in the situation. It does also make me think that it's probably going to be Emily Winstead starting game number 2. You don't want the Bulldogs to get an extra look at either Winstead or Ailey Johnson. So going with the freshman Hodges here, runners on the corners and 1 out for Kylie Edwards, who is 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a fly out. And it's up to Hodges now to keep the Bulldogs within shouting distance. They've got the lead back out to 5 with the response here in the top of the 6th. Now Edwards will step in. Right-handed hitting, and the first pitch from Hodges. Touch outside for ball 1. Edwards holds off on the rise, 2-0. Edwards with a fly ball to center field. That one's back and gone. 3-run homer off the bat of Kylie Edwards. And Mississippi State now leads it 9-1. The Crimson Tide now sits in a situation where they're going to have to score 1 run at least in the home half of the 6th inning to play a 7th. For Edwards, that is her 6th homer of the season. And her 19th RBI. The first pitch to Ella Wesolowski, the pinch hitter, is a called strike. Fouled back, 0-2. Bounces in. 1-2. So now close the book on Riley. 3 1/3, 5 runs all earned. No, missed a touch outside, 2-2. Wesolowski fouls that one away. Count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wesolowski chased the drop ball low and away, and there's 2 gone. Samantha Ricketts again sending another. Oh, no, excuse me, no, she's not. Morgan Bernardini will be the batter. Bernardini 1 for 3. Solo homer back in the 5th.
Left fielder number 13, Morgan Bernardini.
4-run, 6th inning has made it now 9-1 Mississippi State. First pitch is in there for a strike. Rise ball high, 1-1. Time to look to bounce back in game 2. That one bounces in, 2-1. Well, so the change was Bernardini and Sells had flipped right and left field, so just making sure that everyone knew that Bernardini's moving to left. It's fouled off. 2-2. Bernardini with a fly ball to the left. Vandegrift will charge in to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side, but a big 6th inning for the Bulldogs here as they get 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alabama has to score 1 to keep the game going. It is 9-1 Mississippi State here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alabama trailing Mississippi State 9-1. So Mississippi State right now in the run rule territory. Alabama has to score at least 1 run this inning to play a 7th. Reminder, weekend warm-up is here. If you love behind-the-scenes stories from Coach Murphy, you won't want to miss weekend warm-up on Select Fridays this season. There was a weekend warm-up scheduled for today, but with the reschedule of today's game, that has been moved to the Friday before the Georgia series. Inspired by Nick at Noon, the softball edition at Baumhauer's Victory Grill features a lunch buffet, Alabama softball bingo, a panel with Team 29 players and alumni, and unforgettable insight from Coach Murphy. Check out Alabama softball social media pages for more details. Hawkins, White, and Vandegrift due up for Alabama here in the home half of the 6th. St. Hawkins 1 for 2 on the day with the single. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Correction, I think Chafin took a bit too long to throw that pitch, so 1-1 the count now. Time violation by Chafin, who does send that 20-second clock down pretty far each time. Hawkins fouls that one away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hawkins chased one in the dirt for strike 3. They'll throw down to get Hawkins at first, and there's one away. Bring up the center fielder, Kristen White. White is 1 for 2. Ground out in the second, singled in the fourth. Tide just trying to get some base runners, get somebody across here this inning. First pitch, the bunt is down. Third baseman has it. The throw is not in time. Marbury charged in, made the stop in the throw. White beat it out for an infield single. And it looks as though Mississippi State is going to challenge this one. Bulldogs won their first challenge. State will make the challenge. It stands right now. It is an infield single for Kristen White. It's overturned. There'll be 2 outs, and Alabama will be down to their final out. Marbury came up after gloving it. No. That is a new record for fastest review. I'm all for quick reviews. Looking at our monitor here in the booth. It was very close, but Kristen White got that foot on the bag just in time. If the other review was safe, Kristen White was definitely safe there. So back to the top of the order, Audrey Vandergriff. She fouled it away. 4 strike 1. Vandergriff's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a fly out. Low and out, 1-1. Vandergriff with a liner up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit into center field. And Audrey Vandergriff on base for the first time today. Now Alabama has runners on first and second with 1 out for Larissa Pruitt. Pruitt 2 for 3 on the day. A couple of singles and a run scored. Scored the only run in the game for Alabama last inning on the first error and only error of the game by Mississippi State. Infield playing in on the corners. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. Pitch comes in high, 2-0. Alabama's done a good job today of getting the hits. They have 8 hits in the ball game. They just haven't come at the right time. No RBIs have come in for Alabama. Called strike on the outside edge, 2-1. 2-1. That's line to third, and they're going to double off White at second, and that is going to be the ball game. Your final score. No, wait. Oh, excuse me. No. Stop. Hold everything. That is going to be an illegal pitch. Yeah, she came off of the rubber before she started the pitching motion. So an illegal pitch keeps the game alive. The 3-1 to Pruitt is a called strike on the outside corner, and the count is full 3-2. Pruitt thought she had drawn the walk. Instead, the count is now full at 3-2. Now the payoff to Pruitt. And that one is skied to right center field, ranging over into the gap to make the catch is Sacco. And now Alabama is down to their final out.
Designated player number 31, Alexis Papillo.
We'll bring up Lex Papillo. Papillo's 0 for 1 with a couple of walks and a strikeout. Obviously like to drive one here. The runners on first and second, 2 outs. Lots of speed with Vandergriff and White on the base paths, so Gapper will probably score 2. Pruitt takes a called strike. They throw it back behind White, who slides in safely. Called strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Bama down to their final strike here, trailing by 8 in the bottom half of the 6th. No 2 bounces in. Blaine keeps it in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Papillo with a fly ball to center field. There to make the catch is Sacco for out number 3 to retire the side, and that will be the ball game. Here in the 6th inning, Alabama gets no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. Your final score in 6th inning, Mississippi State 9, Alabama 1. With a win for Mississippi State, they improve to 23-4 overall, 4-0 in SEC play. Alabama falls to 20-8 overall, 0-1 in the conference. The winning pitcher for Mississippi State is Raylan Chafin, who went the complete game. She's now 13-1. Jocelyn Brisky takes a loss. She's now 8-6. It was 9 runs on 12 hits, an error, and 7 left for Mississippi State. 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error, 11 left for Alabama. We'll take a timeout, come back with the Alabama softball postgame report after this. Mississippi State 9, Alabama 1, your final here on the